I'm Modern Synthesis, otherwise known as Mr. Pink. This is another Tyranid Dominatrix, any percentage done, whatever stream thing. Got a little bit of tea here. Here's where we're at so far. I'm hoping to make some good progress today. Hello, Screwball. 69. Thanks for being the first person to comment. It finally happened. Mr. Pink was crushed under his hoard of green stuff. You say that like you have intimate knowledge of just how large my green stuff hoard is. Screwball, do I know you by another name? Because I may have gone a little bit overboard when green stuff was canceled forever and procured some emergency backup materials just in case. And you know, you could describe it as a hoard. And that might be appropriate. Trying to clear up some room on my desk room. Got this giant desk and it's covered in crap. Anyone else? Problem? Okay, water, I need that. Putty, I need that. Ooh, Despicia, whatever putty, China putty, I don't need that. This is trash. Yeah, right now. I don't need barbed wire right now. I can't remember who I was supposed to get that. And put my tea over there so I can stick my fingers in it. Yeah, so this is, if you're not familiar, this is your first time joining one of these little streameroonies. This is a Forgeworld Hierophant. Sorry, this is not a Forgeworld Hierophant. False advertising. This is a Forgeworld Heirodule. Out of production now, I think. And I am turning it into a Tyranid Dominatrix for my good buddy Flynn. I'm just trying to decide where I want what I want to work on. I want to get this bloody leg off. I'm putting it off because I have to saw it to get it off. And I don't like sawing in here because like resin dust, but I'm like, oh, I'll just take a break and go saw it outside. But it's raining cats and dogs today. So that's maybe I'll just take my life into my hands, put my mask on, and saw it. So it's gonna get a little Baney in here for a bit. Oh, this is separate. This is the rider. Psychic Rider. If you're not familiar with the classic, it is great and terrible all at the same time. Like one of those tension arm lights, whatever, but I realized it like slowly sinks. I'm using it. It's just, God, just tighten all the screws. It's because I have it like extended halfway across my desk. I should really move everything there. So if you're familiar with the epic 40k Tyranid Dom, oh my God, this light is killing me. Give me the very opposite of life light. Sorry, it's going to be a little messy for a second. Bear with. Just, okay, that's better. I've solved the slowly inching its way down problem. Tyranid, I should just dig out mine because I have a Tyranid Dominatrix here somewhere, new in box. It's a big giant creature that was in Epic 40k, which was the precursor for Adeptus Titanicus. Why? One sec. Why is my video smaller than my actual video? So on the back, it had what was supposed to be an infant Norn queen, I think. Vargas, correct me if I'm wrong, if you're out there. So, and it rode around on the thing's back, but it was mostly just this big bruiser thing with claws and teeth stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm making here. This guy's going to be the little Psychic Rider. On the old school Tyranid Dominatrix, there was like this, I call it the Psychic Croissant. It's like the throne on the back. So this is like emulating the Psychic Croissant with, of course, a piece from a Biovore, sexy new Biovore, a piece from their Neurothrope, Neurotyrant head with a Zoanthrope mouth because the Neurotyrant head is no good. Neurotyrant arms. There, I think this is a Winged Prime backpack or back carapace, and then like this is the actual Neurotyrant body underneath there. Yeah. And oh, Radon's here. Hello, Radon. Squid with class is also here. Hello, friends. All right. Blade. The other thing I have to think about is I want to cut these legs off because honestly, I feel like they're mounted a bit high. Like I know they're in line with these arm holes, but they're not working for me. I want them to be a little lower and a little further out. So I started cutting in underneath with a saw, but you can't really get at all of it. So the question I have here is which of this detail do I want to resculpt and which of this detail do I not want to resculpt? Because if I wanted to preserve, oh sugar. If I wanted to preserve all of this detail, I could like hack away all this stuff. But I actually kind of like this, and I don't really love the idea of resculpting it. So I think I'm just going to cut this off like in here somewhere and then resculpt this part. Because I have a vision for resculpting the end of the leg. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. Have a razor saw. Patented pink case, printed off by Miniature Spencer. It's just from like Thingiverse or something. Alright, I can put my mask on and sound like Bane for a bit. Oh. The resin dust is rising, brother! Okay. I have initiated studio ventilation protocols. Okay. Where are we at? That looks about right. Hey, why is it yellow? That's weird. Like brown stuff coming off my saw. I don't know what that's all about. It's a very large thing to saw. Oh my god. This is annoying. Of course, the saw blade is only so long, not long, deep. So let's see what we can manage. All right, we're going just for funsies. Looking over here. We're going full protection mode. The fire is rising, brother. Okay, where are we at? Make sure it's fully deep. Yeah, okay, go away. Oop, finger slip. I crack this. Oh, it's getting cracky. Come on, baby. Ah, not right. Damn. This way. Come on, baby. Yeah, popped it right off there. All right. Okay. That's a little ugly. Now for the other side. That went better than expected. Okay. Oh, Raoul the Fool. Welcome, Raoul the Fool. Chaos and Creatures. Good to see you. Welcome. Spare torso. So, Raoul the Fool, if you're familiar with the previous Tyranid Dominatrixes I made, I expanded the body on the last one. I don't want to do it again. It's too... It's a lot of work. I will not be doing that again. So I can just have the body as is and have the legs slightly further out, because instead of having them angled in like this at the top, they're going to be more like that. It'll work. And if not, it's just flint hammer. All right. What? And right on, this is a standard dust mask. They sell it in all the hardware stores. Probably be a fancier one, but whatever. This is kind of a weird angle. Not sure what I've done here. I might be getting myself in trouble. Hmm. I probably should have cut just right across here, but I'm an idiot, so we'll see what happens. I don't think oh shit. Didn't like that part anyway. I don't think this is gonna work yet. The stupid angle.
Ah, close. But no cigar. This feels dangerous. Okay, let's see. Don't want to come apart yet. I don't have as much leverage, but... Oh, you little bastard. Where's my big saw? All right, I was wondering where that was. Apparently right here. Okay. Don't know if I can I get that? I don't know. Maybe. Go in there. Oh no, it won't go in there. Come on, baby. Oh, you bastard. Hmm. This one, isn't it? I don't know. That's what I need. Well, it worked. And I didn't lose the piece. Fantastic. Okay, clean up. Okay, there's that vacuum. Oh. All right, we're back. Legs have been removed. We begin Operation Make Legs Bigger Now. Okay. Yeah, Vermis, you better believe butter knife is an essential tool. Uh... Alright. Screwball69, are you in Canada land? You say up here. Yeah, this thing just came from Home Depot. Like, it's nothing fancy. Okay. Let's see. Trying to decide if I want to do any other cutting while I'm here. Oh, it's got a leg or an arm. Shit, I don't know. I think that's a leg. Oh, and there's a foot. Yeah, that's not the right one. This one is on this side. Don't know which one of these corresponds. Of course. Nope, that doesn't look right. Is that it? Oh, the bottom should match. That looks... Well, those two definitely match. And these two definitely match. That's cool. Let's do some light color coding. This one's match. And means these ones match. As to the upper legs, I do near. Okay, these ones go together. That looks like a... That looks like a right leg to me. Looks like a one of these. Because the details are on the outside. I think that's that. Which would make this a left. Yeah, I think so. Out of that. Okay, so that means this guy, black. Base, there we go. And this guy is pink. For safety's sake. All right. So, I think I want to lengthen the legs a bit. The question is where? Cut them and lengthen them. Go. Uh, now, All right, I think I've take this fucking mask off.
Oh. All right. You don't have to apologize, Raul. I've done this is my 4th dominatrix, so if you go into the description of the stream, there should be a link to my modern synthesis blog, and you can see the other ones. It's definitely a good suggestion that you had. Maybe just unfortunate to like have done this nice work and then move it lower, but I guess I could. Because my plan is to, well, I should look at the, I should look at my source art. Where's my source art? Epic Tyranid Dom. Let's see what it says. All right. Where's a good picture? Oh, that's a pretty good picture. So the legs on that one, they look pretty far back. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the I'm gonna move this set arms. So the talons are gonna go here. We got those suckers right here. That's it. So talons are gonna go here. And the bracing held you up off the ground arms, they're not gonna go here, they're gonna go like here. So they're gonna be closer to the ground. I'm gonna cover that over. And then the legs. All right, I just need to figure out the legs. Oh, I don't want to cut them again, but I should. So, when you want to extend a leg, the easiest way to do it is in the middle. Because it's already got cool detail sculpted onto it. Shit, I think I'm destroying this. It's already got cool... Oh, God. I think I hit this with a saw or something and pulled the edge. I'll have to fix that later. Zero. This is different because, oh, is that wet? This is different because there isn't, like, an end to the leg here. So I guess I could just, like, extend the leg out this way because I'm going to need to sculpt it anyway. But, in terms of using detail that's already there and not having to sculpt it again from scratch, what I tend to do when I'm extending something is I cut it right in the middle. So I can hit it, like, here, and then I can extend it with, like, some rod. Because then all I have to do is I have to fill in this detail in the gap that I create when I extend it. And then I just have to do some fudging with armor plates. Probably add one extra armor plate. But I don't have to, like, I don't have to worry about resculpting this part, but kind of did some damage to them, so whatever. And similarly with the leg, the lower leg, modern synthesis would tell you to cut it here and extend it there. But I kind of want to do it here. Because this is like a thick part. This is the thick part. It's like narrow here. So if I cut it at the narrowest part, I can fudge it. So that'll give them a little extra height in these parts. The question is, do I need to recut? I don't think I need to cut and redo this part. I think that's probably fine. Also, the Dom is like super squatty going to the potty. I don't really know why. Not the Dom, sorry. The Heirodule this is based on is super squatty going to the potty. So if I just do this, I'm gonna gain some height on its own. So maybe I don't have to go wild with. Maybe I just have to extend the bottom part of the leg, not the top, and then just re-angle it like that. So it's a little taller off the ground and less squatty potty. What was squatty potty? That was that thing. Yeah, I think I want the bottom part of the leg to be a little longer. And I think I can probably figure out something with the top of the leg because I want to kind of have it go out a bit and then maybe have like a blade on the end. All right. Put my stupid mask back on? I don't know. Things I do for art. Anything in the chat I should comment on before I put my mask back on? Good to see you, Vermis. Glad you could join us. Vermis, you are absolutely correct that the foot claws on the Heirodule are terrible. I don't necessarily want to have to remake them, but maybe I'll have to do something with them. They're very, very small. The webbing between them is pretty nice. Sculpted detail there. But they are not great. They're very small. I don't know that I'm going to put like a giant hoof on it or anything like that. I think that would be a lot of work. But see if maybe I can do something about them. Here's the other one. Yeah, they're very tiny, tiny little cutesy toesies. I don't love. Figure that out later. My goal with this is move fast, make models. Don't stress, don't overthink it. Also, don't resculpt the whole damn thing, because I did that last time and that was a lot of work. if I can adjust my camera. Is anyone getting like really like dizzy because of that weird angle? Because I think where I'd rather work is like whatever. Okay. What else is in the chat? Like most animals that lengthen it do so with the lowest segment of the leg. Oh, thank you, Raw. That's really helpful. Howdy, Blitz. Yeah, that's the idea, Raw. Extend detail instead of sculpting it from scratch. Then you have like reference on both sides that you can like copy when you're resculpting. And yes, Screwball, I think that's webbing between the toes. Yes, it's got webbed toes. It's aquatic, apparently. All right, back to the mast. Okay. All right. Black stuff, pink stuff. That feels better. Gonna hit it right there. All the way through. Okay, there we go. Okay, black side. Yo, black pink! How hip am I? Right? Pink side. So I'm looking at like these little like striations here, and I'm trying to cut just above those for reasons. Oh, I can turn on. Oh, I can't. It'll screw it all up. Okay. Okay. Little vacuum action in here. Back at it. Now, pinning, my favorite. What's this pin material? Here's my pin material. Pin vise. God hand. These two should suffice. Okay. Oh, there's all kinds of dust on this.
One day I'll be cool like Calamity and have a built-in vacuum in my desk, but now is not that time. Okay. So, because these are legs holding up a giant model, we need a lot of pin. Oh! Like a bike spoke. That might work. And secondary. Oh, that spoke. For certain. That's going to be a nightmare to rebend, so I'm not going to bother. Ah, more spoke. Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, okay. So if you're a cyclist and you do your own bike repairs, or you take it to someone else to do your bike repairs, you got a wheel that dies. See if you can keep your spokes, because they are super tough pins, and bike shops tend to just throw them away. So maybe if you go to your bike shop and you make friends, they'll give you one for some. Since these legs are going to be holding the entire weight of this model, I want tough pins. I want to like, a lot of pins here. Work. Do I need more smoke? I thought I had an army of these things somewhere. I don't know where. Okay. The only pain in the ass with spokes is that they're really hard to cut. So, black and black. So I'm going to put 2 pins in this, because if you just put 1 pin in, because these are like flush, when you fill it with putty, it could twist. So 1 pin is to support it, and the other pin is just to stop it from twisting. I need to go overkill on this. Whatever. I gotta decide how much of a space I want. I don't want to make it too long. Screw it. Just start drilling and see what happens. That spoke is slightly angled. That is annoying. That the upper part. Oh, geez. Got myself. Why is this one slightly? Go away. Go. Eyeball where it's going to land. The best. All right, how long do we want this? Out there. Gotta go a little higher than that. Space to like seat. Hopefully that's a good one. Go. And then if it's too long, I can always cut it down. I think that's just slightly too long. Ooh, almost got my hand there. Okay, that's reasonable. Longer, but not too long. Okay. Now I need the second pin just to keep it from spinning. I was going to do all these first. No, maybe I should do all these first. Yeah. Do them all first and then quit the. Let's do the other foot. And line up. Uh, Slightly center. Okay. In time. One straight. That's fairly straight. Material. I think it does. Not making it super long. Oh, there's a little curve there. That is slightly too long. Fill that curve. Okay. I don't know if that did anything. Check. One is slightly longer than the other. Great. And now they're never going to match. Okay, who cares? Seat the pin not as deep on this one, and they will match. I could also drill the hole deeper, but whatever. Okay, so that's those. Now, these guys are also going to need pins, which is fun. But because I'm going to be flexing these ones, I might use a flexible and hope. Oh no, it's going to have its arms holding it up too, so I don't need to worry about the legs holding all of the weight. So this one looks like a bike spoke, but it's actually aluminum and very flexible. I think it's about the same size? No, because that would be too convenient. I gotta switch bits anyway. I might as well... Oh, whatever. Does this one fit? Slightly too big. Now that one might be too small, so we'll go with the bigger one. Okay. This leg is kind of pushing forward. Those don't quite line up, but figure it out. I'll fudge it in post. Okay. This one... I got it all turned around. That goes there. This is a piece of mold or whatever. Superfluous sprue. Okay. Because he's standing more on this one, like directly above it, where this one's kind of a little bit shot forward. So it shouldn't be like that. It should be more... Let's do from the bottom up. That sounds like fun. Okay. I go on an angle here. The thick part of the calf. Whatever the heck this is. See pin. Hole's too small? Really? That. There you go, Screwball. Yes, you should definitely clip some spokes out of your old bike tire, but just be aware that you need really strong clippers to be able to do it. Because that metal is tough. Tough stuff. Maybe Blitz can tell you about it, because Blitz is a cyclist who works in industrial tool and die machining stuff and knows stuff about metal. Okay. Oh, that's tight. It's a tight fit. But now what I can do, because this, getting that to that is a nightmare, so I can just go like this. Whoop. And even better, I can like embed part of it in this, and then I can go whoop and like bend it. So that's not very much material to work from. I think it'll move fast, make models. Hey, this goes in here. Right. And then it's going to roughly go... I got to be aware because I just drilled this, so this is going like that, kind of. So I don't want to drill in like this area, but maybe I can drill back here? And get started. Perpendicular to the surface, and then angle your drill down. You don't want to start drilling at this angle because you're going to skid all over the place. Okay. All right. Now, how much to cut? Cut to about... Notice on the spokes I had to use these suckers. These are very soft, so I can use these suckers. Lower. Always cut more than you think you need, because you can't add it later. Look at how easy that cuts. Like a knife through butter. Okay. So this is whacked, but then we can do a little bit of this. Because our pins are flexible like that. Technically, I should probably put another pin in here to keep it from spinning, but I think that with the putty wedge, it should keep it in line. All right, so this is the... So I remember, this is the right leg. Going to be cocked forward, not cocked straight down. So this needs to be a little bent out, I think. Angles. I don't freaking know what I'm doing. Making it up as I go along. Okay, let's glue this in. Move fast, make models. What I can do to try and better reinforce that joint is that when I'm putting putty around this pin, I'll use, I won't use something rubbery like Kneaded-Tight. I'll use something more hard and clay-like. Like Aves epoxy clay or Magic Sculpt. Probably clay. Haven't used it in a while. I think the last time I used my epoxy clay was on my last Tyranid Dom that I made, the big giant sucker, where I sculpted a lot of it from scratch. All right, and just to, you know, do some overkill, we're going to get some baking soda in there. Harden up that, reinforce that bond. I need a poke knife. There we go. Make sure I'm happy with the angles. Get some extra super glue for good measure on top and bottom. Okay, and then go get your sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, get your Coke blade, and go to town. Games Workshop made this seam ripper so that small children wouldn't cut themselves. It's the perfect thing for distributing white powder. Sorry, I called it a seam ripper. It's a sprue cleaner. Sprue line cleaner. Oh, shit. Is the angle weird? Uh-oh! If you want to be really extra, go in with some more super glue on top of that. This will be reinforced with putty, to be clear, but it's being extra. Alright. Put that aside to dry. Won't do the top part until set. Ooh, goopy. What's going on in the chat? Dragon Dako. Dragon Ox. I don't know what that is. Hello, Dragon Ox. Thank you for joining us. Reports of my legendariness have been greatly exaggerated. Case Hardened Steel. Good work, Blitz. Thanks. On the bike spokes. Apparently, an alternate to bike spokes are ejector pins. They're used in diesel to push the part of the punch when the press cycles to the die open. They come in a lot of lengths and diameters. Just note they're hardened steel, so you'd need to cut them with a cut-off wheel. I don't have a cut-off wheel. I won't be using that. But if someone else is feeling really extra, they can go get some. Vermis, get your milliput out of here. I'm not putting milliput in the joints. It's not strong enough. Hello, Muslium. Welcome. Oh, Duck of Lack of Flame. It's been a while, buddy. Good to see you. Screwball. If you have Instagram, send me a message on Instagram. I'm at Modern Synthesist. Or send me an email. modernsynthesist@gmail.com. If you live in Canada, we can make some magic happen. But send the email right now, or as soon as possible. And what's our secret code word? Oh, were you the one asking me about my glasses? Our secret code word is the name of that glasses company. Or failing that, you can just write the name of the leader of Canada's Conservative Opposition Party. Because that's a weird name that no one else would be able to spell. I think he's a piece of shit, but I just want a code word so that if you email me, I know it's you, not some rando. Because yeah, you were joking earlier about my hoard of green stuff. I've got some to spare, baby. I can hook you up. To be clear, we'll figure out a financial transaction for it. I don't have that much, so I'm just giving it away, but happy to help. Especially because folks who are in the screen, well, don't worry, just put Dollar Store Millhouse and you'll be fine. Folks in the stream are my real friends. Okay. Other leg. Right. Need more of this stuff. The part where I have to actually go find something in my studio. Oh, there we go. Got lots more. This is my bag of pin requirements. Just got random bits of cut-off pin in it. Oh, and apparently some nails? Interesting. Okay, other leg. Now, if I was a real professional, I'd already have this, and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to pose it like this. I'm going to attach the leg like that. But we are moving fast, and we are making models. We got time for that. Also, this super glue is very much still wet. More white powder! Ah, here's my white powder knife. Oh, and I'm doing it over the container so that I can save the extra. How professional. This is sodium bicarbonate. It is baking soda. It causes super glue to set almost immediately, and it acts as like a, is the word substrate? I don't know what the word is. A bulking medium. Make the super glue more gap filly. It makes a pretty hard bond. Get out of here. Okay. So this is going to go something like this. This is going to go something like that. Oh my god, we're getting some considerable height here. Oh, wait, this one's supposed to be like cocked forward. Doesn't make sense. Well, I guess the arms are coming lower. We're gonna get some height. She's gonna have some height. All right, sweet. Good news. Not worried at all. Oh yeah. The one I did for Marco High Fleet Moloch was too crocodile-y, crawling around on its belly anyway, so we're gonna fix that. Hiding from all those last cannons. Okay, so this leg is gonna be like behind it, kind of. That one's gonna be a little bit forward, this one's gonna be a little bit back. It's gonna be a little more extended, I believe. Whatever, let's figure it out. By doing it, oh, I'm gonna close the doors. I think I've vaped. Doot-doodle-doo. I'm well ventilated enough. Creepiest pencil case ever? Vermis, careful what you wish for, buddy. Because here's an even creepier one. Oh, what's so creepy about that? Oh, it's got eyes. It's so cute. Oh, what's to be afraid of?
Vernis, I have heard you speaking the heresy of Millipat. There will be no more talk of Millipat on this stream.
Yeah, this is the creepiest pencil case ever. And it actually, the whole thing, like, will completely unzip. It's one long zipper, which is fun. I've never unzipped it, but I could if I wanted to, damn it. I can always threaten to do it. So here's the actual creepiest pencil case ever. Of course, it's got silicone shapers in it. Because what else would I put in one of those? All right. Kidding. Goes here. Pin's gonna go here-ish. Full started. Angle out. So theoretically, because I'm going to double pin this, I'm going to put another pin here to connect to the top. Theoretically, I want this pin to go like this, so that the other pin can come here, but I'm not really being... So hopefully I don't run into the one pin when I'm trying to put in the other pin inside. That would be unfortunate. Okay, so there's that, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to go boop. I guess I can pin it in like that, and then just... Let's glue this in. Just using Gorilla Glue, because why not? And this is that super flexible aluminum pin. Got it from some kind of hobby store. I have no idea what gauge it is because I always throw away the packaging and just do it by eyeball. Go in here. Start perpendicular and then shift it. Resin is easy to pin, easy to drill. But it is brittle, so you gotta be careful. Oh god, don't get me started on 3D printing resin. That stuff is so brittle. Ugh. I think it was invented by people who don't like kit bashing. Okay. I think that's probably deep enough, I hope. Get some more glue on... Oh, I guess I should check the length before I glue that sucker in there. That's pretty good. I think that's fine. I hope that's fine. Move fast, make models, right? It's gonna be great. I know it. I can feel it. Stick this in here. Oh, folks in the chat. If you came here because you saw me post on Instagram, I just posted a post on Instagram talking about how I was... Oh, I fucked up. This pin is too... I just posted a post on Instagram about how I'm working on the Tyranid Dom, and I'm curious if any of you actually saw it and decided to join the stream, because that would make me happy. If not, that's fine too, but I just figured I'd ask since you're here, because I feel like I'll post on Instagram about my YouTube, and people are like, you have a YouTube? Holy cow! I have no idea. I don't know why. So I don't post about it enough. Alright, that is a little better. That makes me a little happier. So let's take a look at the angle of this sucker. This one's going to be upright. I really don't know what I'm... Check the angles. I want to make him too tall. I got a little scared by how tall the first one looked. Oops. Ah, poop. Also, if you're commenting in chat, I know you subscribe, so thank you. Because only subscribers can comment in chat. Now, what I should do if I was an actual professional is I would try to confirm the pose on this thing when I do this next joint. This is kind of going to be behind him. Kind of going to be in front of him. Her. Kind of in front of her. Can't be too far. Whatever. That's the angle I'm going to do, and hopefully it works. Crack. That's... Okay. I glob this up with some... though I globbed this up with baking soda, I think it might have been a dumb idea. Because had I not done that, it would be a lot easier to, like, bend this a little more if I needed to. So I may forego the baking soda glob up in here just yet. Maybe do, like, minor baking soda glob up just around the pins. What could go wrong? Okay. Gotta remember to do the secondary pin on the bottom leg. Missed that. Ay, 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 ay. Oh. I didn't even know Games Workshop was selling palette paper, Blitz. Apparently they've stopped. But yeah, Screwball, Epoxy Sculpt is also good. I'm actually experimenting with Magic Sculpt right now. Sorry, I cut out the labels. And I get this from a guy in Quebec. Oh, I got his thing right here. I do not endorse this guy, but it's where I got it from. And Magic Sculpt is like slightly... I'm still figuring it out, but I'd say it's different from Epoxy Sculpt. It's less soft than Epoxy Sculpt, and I'm pretty happy with it. So if you wanted to try out Magic Sculpt, it's totally sketch. You go on a website, it looks like it's from 1992. You have to like email him at his Hotmail address and tell him what you want. There's like a PDF of their catalog on the website, and then you send him an email transfer, but it's legit. I got it. He's the guy selling Magic Sculpt. And I bought 1 pound of Magic Sculpt for $38 Canadian. So if you want to try that, there's that. But if you want to try Epoxy Sculpt, I always go to, again, I don't have any kind of affiliation with them, but I go to Sculpture Supply Canada. I don't know if you're in the GTA, but it's in your Kipling Station in Toronto. They ship across Canada. They don't have free shipping. You got to pay for shipping, but they will ship you pounds and pounds and pounds of Epoxy Sculpt. And they have all kinds of other like casting stuff if you need like silicone and stuff like that. Oh, thanks, Mausoleum, for taking care of the thing. I forgot about the thing until I saw a picture of someone who made a tyrant with the thing, and I was like, oh, what happened to that thing? Bag squig. That's a good one, Deck Flack Flame. I agree that my weird pencil case is kind of like a bag squig. Modded comments turning up. What modded comments? Is there comments people are writing and it's getting modded out? Oh, Deck of Black of Flame dropped your printed model, it turned to dust. That's how it works. Yeah, it does break like glass. Good call, Screwball. Palette paper with sheet styrene? Games Workshop was just selling sheet styrene and calling it palette paper? Man, you need to buy a pile of sheet styrene at Wheels and Wings. You can build so much good stuff out of plasticard. Oh, Screwball's using Epoxy Sculpt with green stuff. Screwball knows where it's at. Tamiya Epoxy Putty, I'm working on it. I'm gonna have a video about it, but I feel like, oh no, one of the types is slightly flexible. I think it's the God. One's the quick type and one's the smooth type. But that doesn't feel right. This? No. I think this is the quick type. I think this is the smooth type. I thought I felt some... Oh, there's a tiny bit of flex there, but just barely. There's going to be a whole video on this. Like, at the ends, it flexes slightly. So the smooth type is slightly flexible. The quick type, the yellow stuff, is not flexible at all. And there's a bunch of other stuff in here. And just for comparison purposes. Come on. This is pure green stuff. And it, like, bends like nobody's business. Whereas this is, like, at the very tips, a little. It bends a little bit. Anyway, more on that later. But yeah, those putties seem good. They're very sticky. They're super sticky. If you want a sticky putty, they're sticky. And they work pretty well. What the hell am I doing? Oh, lower pin stuff. Right. We're going to use this pin. So we're going to need a new bit. I think it's going to be that one. This is why I love God Hand. Put all my bits right here. If you are the kind of person that keeps track of the gauge of things, these things all have like their gauge written on them. But I don't, so I just Yeah, that looks right, which means I should probably take the next one up. So stick that back in there. Grab this one out. Okay, and because they're God Hand, I don't have to change the wallet in my pin vise. Stick that one in, and it fits. Okay. Let's figure this stuff out. We need a second pin. Do it here. Need a spot. Make sure it's straight. That would be a news. I'm not really making it straight. I'm just hoping it's straight. Okay. Look, we're like rebuilding the bones in his legs. Okay. Her legs. She. So that goes in, so they should probably be about the same length. I mean, it could go longer, but then I'd be an overachiever. The frick? This one doesn't want to cut. There we go. There we go. Now the old eyeball. There. Pushed in, make a little dent. Come on, tell me you lined up. Woohoo! That's correct. That looks about as tight as we're going to make it. Did I already glue? I didn't glue these in. Fantastic. Let's do that. What's going on in the chat? Special, these... There's a few sites like that I have seen. Sculpture Supply Canada rules. Good, yeah, you know about Sculpture Supply. If you're in the GTA, it's also just a cool place to, like, go to. Because sometimes I feel like Sculpture Supply's website is not great. Like, actually have an idea. Like, I was trying to find their silicone shapers, but they were, like, really... I don't know what the heck they called them, but it was really hard to find them. Whereas if you go into the store, there's a giant cabinet full of them. Like, right there. You can just stroll up, and the cabinet is locked, but they will they'll let you in. Let you have your way with them. In a respectful manner. But yeah, the store is like a wonderland. Like, I regularly go in there and just buy stuff I don't need. Because there's stuff in there that I didn't know existed. Like, a bunch of foam that I was supposed to use to build a lighthouse for Visterion, and then I just never built a lighthouse, but I still have all the foam. And stuff for casting, they got a lot of that. They also have, like, one of my weirdest discoveries. Smooth on, I think it's called Freeform Air. Epoxy dough or something like that. And it is the weirdest stuff. I've talked about it on stream before. You can smear it on, like, spackle or, like, wall or, like, drywall putty. But it gets hard. It has the weight of styrofoam and the hardness of plastic. Like, if you really wailed on it, you could probably break it, but it's got this hard shell on the outside with, like, the, like, spongy, like, foam texture behind it. So it's like a shock absorber, but it's a really cool material. And I didn't know it existed until I just, like, walked in there and I was like, hey, I want to do a project like this. And the guy, like, picks up this big giant hunk of this stuff and he hands it to me. And I almost threw it because, like, I went to hold it and it weighed way less than I was expecting. For, like, the bulk. So it was really the bulk and the hardness. So it's really cool stuff. Freeform Air. It comes in 2-part pots. It only comes in large pots, but what I use it for is, like, if you're building scenery or you have foam on a base, you can take this stuff, you can smear it over it, and it's something that you can spray paint, because if you spray paint insulation foam, it disintegrates. But yeah, and you can also get a texture into it. I think I'm always getting this thing out. So this is a base that I'm making for Voices on Silent. So this is the stuff on here. You can see underneath, this is just insulation foam, like pink foam. And then this is the doesn't capture the clicks. Be flicking it. So yeah, it's pretty hard. And like I just like kind of stamped in this texture on it to make it look like rock-like. Or I don't know if I even stamped it or I just like messed with it. But yeah, that stuff's pretty cool. And they have it at Canada Sculpture Supply. Sculpture Supply Canada. All right. Next pin. So yeah, it's cool to just like wander in there if you're in the GTA or you visit the GTA or whatever. Because the guys are really nice. You can just see random stuff and you can like talk to them and ask them. I'm sure you could like email them and ask them questions. But cool to see it in person. And like they have like these walls of because they have like 1,000 different kinds of they have dozens of types of silicone and dozens of types of resin. And I don't know if this is like standard. I've not been to many stores that sell that kind of stuff, but they have a wall of samples. So you can just like go up and grab like this little like puck of resin or silicone and just like immediately feel what it's like, see what the color's like. See if it's what you're looking for. Whoops, this should be down there. Right. Go. Lesson cutting with the big guys. Oh no. Okay. Go. Glooming yet. Oh, this is too long. I can't. All right, what I should do is make this one shorter so that I can use the other one to guide it. Oh. I can do this. Get a better look. Oh, this looks a little whacked. Hope I don't regret it. Okay, let's see. Angle is a little whack, but whatever. That's a little tight. Good. Okay, let's glue them in. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, description of violence. Okay, thanks, Mausoleum. Oh, so Mausoleum, you're doing like the mod thing. Awesome, thank you. I found your YouTube through the Instagram account, but found this stream through YouTube doom scrolling. Oh, that's cool, Raul. Okay, good to hear. I think it's very good. Biggest problem is it's expensive in the UK. What are we talking about? What, epoxy? Tamiya. Oh, I didn't know Tamiya is expensive in the UK. It's like cheap. Oh, it's cheap as chips here in Canada. I think it's pretty cheap. When I remember when I bought it, I don't remember being like, you want how much for this putty? I think it was like kind of similar to what I would pay for green stuff. I don't know if it was quite as cheap as like what epoxy sculpt goes for. I don't remember being shocked by its price. However, people in the UK are sometimes a bit silly. I've had people balk at like shipping from Canada. They're like, you want me to pay how much? When I ship something from the UK, all I pay is a tuppence and a 17 Blarney knots. And I'm like, yeah, okay, buddy, but we're on the other side of the ocean. So, silly place. Okay. This is more or less lined up. I can fix it in post with putty. Some white powder in there. They're getting made visible by a mod. Yeah, smooth surface. I figured if you applied Tamiya cement, you could glue models to the putty? Good way to stick model bits to... You can use Tamiya cement to reactivate their putty? Whoa. That's wild. Did not know that was a thing. I have this weird thing with like plastic cement where I like have this like irrational feeling that it'll only work for a very particular kind of gray plastic, and I never use it on anything else. So good to know that it has wider applications. Okay. All right. Whoa. I think this is the first stream, like, ever, where Tom and Diana aren't here. I feel like now I will have summoned them. But they're always around for streaming. I'm surprised they're not around. Although it's like a Sunday afternoon, maybe they've got stuff to do. And I didn't give any warning, because that's how I roll. I don't know if these are going to work, but here's hoping. Here's hoping. But at least this bottom joint is now reinforced and it won't twist. Does top one twist? No, it's going to be great. I'm going to put a wedge of magic sculpt in there and everything's going to be roses. Thank you for making things visible, Mausoleum. Welcome back, Radon. Plastic meringue. Oh, that's hilarious and terrifying. Trying to find silicone putty to do some press molds. I've only found something on Amazon. Blitz, you should talk to Sculpture Supply Canada and see if they have any some silicone putty that they can recommend, because I'm sure they'll have some. My ADHD is kicking in. I'm like, oh, now that I've got these legs most of the way finished, I should start working on something completely different. Like, no. Finish the legs. Okay. So I will be making the thighs longer at the backs. Slightly larger. Sorry, snack time. Oh, wow. Is 20 pounds for 100 grams of Tamiya putty? Like this? Oh, no, this is 25 grams. There you go. This is an old one I bought. So 25 grams in Canada was $7.95. That was some years ago. Oh, look, the price is right here. Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, this is 100 grams. And Wheels and Wings sells it for $26.95. So you guys are getting raked over the coals. Well, Vermis, you know what that is? That's payback. Because everyone else has to pay more for Games Workshop models. So blah. Oh, man. Sorry. Just refilling. Anyone have any questions? Because this is a time when I can definitely look at the chat. Oh, also, I'm gonna try and fix. Oh shit! And try and break everything is what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and fix what? This little thing here. Woo! Woo! Do you guys see that moving around? Can I do that? I keep meaning to go and actually see how much time I'm working on the Dominatrix, and then have a real timer here that isn't just like the time when I'm working on it. So that eventually I can do a stream, not stream, I can do a time lapse, and you see the time like tick up as I'm working on it. So I'll see about that. I just have to go back, look at the old streams. I wasn't technically working on it for like all of the streams because I take breaks, but I don't know, figure something out and then put a timer on my next video. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Vermis, you guys are getting banked. They're taking you to the cleaners in the Tamiya party. Right. I should just send you mine because I've bought way too much. I was like, oh, I'm going to test out all these putties to see what can replace green stuff. And I was like, oh, I know that I bought Tamiya. What did I think I bought? I thought I bought the smooth type, but I hadn't bought the quick type. I was like, what the hell? I'll just buy them both. They got them in stock. What is money anyway? And I got home and I found out I had 2 packages, one of each, already in my possession. So now I've got way more Tamiya than I need. So clearly I should just pop some of it in an envelope and send it. Probably cheaper than buying it. Or did you already give in and actually buy it yourself? If you don't need it anymore. Where's my water? There's my water. Hmm. 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 Oh shit. Oops. There we go. Zoom this out a bit. Fools, get out of the way. Okay. Not wash these legs. The putty probably won't stick to them. Oh no, that's a joint. Okay. Okay. Oh, that is not washed. Look at that. Look at that sexy lady. Now, challenge is. Oh yeah. That could work. No more squatty potty, yay. So, maybe put the arms a little lower. Towards the chest. Ah, you bastard. Someone put me onto this stuff called black tack, which apparently is even better than blue tack. Haven't ordered any yet, but apparently it's super strong. Okay, you go here. I wonder if that neck is a little too long. I wanted to do like a shoulder kind of mantle thing. This angle's a little whacked. Okay, screw it. It's me off. Sing anyone else off. Baking soda. Super glue. Oh, if I zoom. Oh, real fancy. No. See. So it's on a, like kind of a weird angle, but that's roughly what we're dealing with. Oh, getting there. The leg's working. See what we see. Okay. And yeah, this will be plastered over. Arm placement okay? Yeah, because I'll do the mantle thing. Simon's like, I think your gun is too short. I'm like, ah, you bastard. So I'll extend this. Add some junk in here. Junk in the trunk. Make it look longer. Okay, not bad. Not bad. In here. Water. Okay. What's going on? Putty that's flexible after curing yet that isn't. So, Radon, I'm basically, the whole point of my video is to find putty that's flexible after curing that isn't kneaded tight, because it basically doesn't exist. Blitz, I can give you Tamiya putty if you want, because it's very conveniently comes in like these little sleeves. And like each pack has like a certain number of sleeves in it, so I could just give you these 2 sleeves. Because they're unopened. And I got lots. Just gotta remind me later. Maybe at Maple Palette? Think you're going to Maple Palette? Just remind me. Bring it. Yeah. Tamiya Smooth is slightly flexible, but not very. Oh, sorry. Okay. Back to work. Make these legs happen. I wonder. Got some crazy ideas. I wonder if we could do something a little like this. That might be fun. Then, because if I want this to be like the old school one, definitely need something like this guy. It's got fins, right? It's got these 2 big fins at the back. All right, well, this is not sticking, but I don't think this is a good place. Goes too far back. I guess another place fins could go would be either sides of the throne. I think that's what I was messing with before. I mean, this is fun, but this is boring. I don't want them back here, but it messes with stuff too much. Okay, that's solution for another time. But maybe these fins will be... These are probably too big. That's a bit large. These ones would get incorporated. Okay. Shiggity shiggity swag. See where we're at. Okay. Wonder. Okay. Vermis approves of the Dom hip veins. That's good to hear. Because if you're not aware, Vermis is one of a very talented concept artist who made the... Do I have it up here? I don't think I do. I think I got rid of it. Original Dom art. If you've seen a drawing of a Tyranid Dominatrix colored in High Fleet Moloch black and red colors, that is going to be Vermis's sketch for the Tyranid Dom that he did in 3rd edition. And so, when it comes to what looks good on a Dom, I hold his perspective in high regards. Damn it, what bit was I using? Stupid game. I hate this game. I think it's that one. This match with this looks a little big. Probably perfect. I had the time of my life. I never felt this way before. Yes, I swear. It's the truth. I don't know. I can't. I don't have an explanation for you. Now I owe it all to you. Started. Boop 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 boop. There. Like I might be hitting another pin. That's always fun. Okay, nope. Not gonna make the same mistake I made last time where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put it in here and I'm gonna bend it. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna pre-bend. I did the time before. Oh, don't post any spoilers, but has anyone in the chat seen Project Hail Mary yet? Because I am excited. Taking Nora next week. I want to take her in blind. So I've suggested that she not look up anything about it. Long before, like I read Project Hail Mary, I think around the time it came out. And I was like, this is so cool. I think Nora's gonna love it. And I really don't want her to know about the thing that could have been a surprise for the movie, but they decided to make it public to you know, be able to market it, which I get. So she doesn't, I don't think she knows the surprise. So that'll be cool. It's not much of a surprise. Like, it gets revealed in the first, like, the first quarter of the book, first third of the book, fairly soon into the book. It's pretty big plot element. But yeah, I'm super excited because I think it was a really fun book. I think that is it Lord and Miller? I think they're probably going to do a good job with it. The fact that like Lord and Miller are trying to adapt Andy Weir's second book, Artemis, which is set on the moon, and they're like, yeah, we really want to adapt this book, but we have to find a realistic way to handle 1/6 Earth gravity or whatever, 1/4 Earth gravity. That's what's on the moon. I'm like, the fact that you care about that, like anyone else would be like, who cares? They're on the moon. They walk around normally. I'm hoping that it means that they care a lot about other, you know, stuff. That the film will be pretty cool in terms of scientific realism. Okay, so got this. This. Hey, let's make some magic happen. So this is the good thing about having the flexible pin, that I can like mess with the angles. I like subtly screwed it up and didn't realize. Okay, so if I just attached it where it used to be, it would be there. Be on a weird angle, but we're gonna do it like this. I have to cut that off. I guess I can just drill in here. But I think pose is pretty good. I guess I didn't really do much change. Just spaced it. When you're doing like a Tyranid leg, you don't want to have it all be like completely in line vertical. You want it to be kind of like coming out a bit. Visible. Okay. I don't know if I want to put it down that. Oh, it's probably going to wind up being around where maybe slightly lower. Seems high. Yeah. I think the angle's good. All right, let's glue it. Move fast, make models, right? Okay. Also, is anyone watching The Pit? I am a man obsessed. I have never been one for medical drama. I watched Grey's Anatomy because there was a cute girl who wanted to watch it with me. It was fine. But yeah, got into The Pit because my cousin, who I'm close with, works in emergency medicine. He recommended the show, saying like this is very accurate to what I do on a daily basis. Check it out. And I checked it out, and probably mentioned this on stream before, but it's like the medical version of the show 24. Hating me. Jack Bauer. Oh crap, which? I don't know. Move fast, make models, hope for the best. Okay, that's going in there now. Where every episode of The Pit is 1 hour of an ER shift. And yeah, it's very like, there's no music. It's pretty, it's not, I don't want to say it's stripped down, but it, like, the camera is very much, like, follows the people around. Like, it's not, like, weird cinematic shit. And yeah, it's cool. And, like, they deal with a lot of, like, very current, social issues. Like, the episode that we watched, it was on Thursday night, it aired, but we watched it last night, because that was when we could watch it with my cousin, had ice operatives in it. And, like, they are trying to arrest this woman. They assaulted her. She got injured, and they had to take her to the hospital. And the hospital staff is trying to treat her. Meanwhile, like, actual hospital staff is leaving the hospital, and, like, patients are leaving the hospital because word gets out that ICE is there. And these people might not be, like, might be undocumented. So it was interesting. So that's just, like, a small example of how it deals with current issues. Yeah, and the actors are pretty cool. Most of the actors are nobodies. Well, I shouldn't say nobodies. Most of the actors were not super famous before. Like, the main actor is Noah Wiley, who was in ER, so he's kind of famous. And then after him, I think, like, the next most famous actor in it is, well, it depends on what you mean by fame. Actually, having been in things and being seen and stuff like that would be Issa's last. If you watch Picard, she played Data's daughter, that weird android daughter plotline. Can't even remember what her name was in Picard. But anyway, she's in it as one of the main doctors. And then Bryan Cranston's daughter is in it. And you might be like, ew, nepotism. But she's pretty great. She plays a doctor with autism. And yeah, a lot of folks in, like, the autism community have been very happy with how she's representing for the community. But other than that, it's just, like, a bunch of folks who, like, you've probably never seen before, but they're excellent. They're really good. And it's easy to, like, suspend your disbelief because you're not, like, seeing people who you've seen in, like, a million other things. And you're like, you expect me to believe this is that? Like, even down to, like, the patients. Like, the patients are all like, actors who, like, it's not like they're like, oh, we got Brad Pitt in as a patient, ha ha ha. Like, it's all, like, folks you've never seen before. So that helps with the whole suspension of disbelief thing. But it is stressful. Like, if you have medical anxiety, or if you don't, like, if you're squeamish, there are parts where I look away because they are doing procedures and they show them. Also, like, when I was dealing with my, like, leg muscle cramps, blood clot stuff, there was some times where I had to, like, we were binging the pit and we had to stop because I'm like, I can't take how intense this is. But it's very good. Touches on the whole, like, cost of healthcare in the United States and how people can't necessarily afford the care they need, which is good. No, that's terrible, but it's topical. They touch on it. Also, it touches on, like, the violence that healthcare professionals deal with on a daily basis. It's like people, like, casually assaulting nurses. It's not cool. Random. Neither here nor there. All right, so we got one leg. Baking soda. Oh, I'm gonna leave it because maybe I want to mess with it and bend it a bit. Okay, the right leg is almost, well, it's posed, and now I just need to extend this end and figure out how I'm gonna plug it into here. That's what I should probably do next. I should probably plug it in here where I want it to be. But let's do the left leg first. Wait, that is the left leg. Let's do the right leg first. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Hip veins. I like the sound of it. Didn't know there was a book. Oh, we're talking about Project Hail Mary. Yeah, it's a book. Like, I don't know if you've read The Martian. The Martian is the book that most people know by Andy Weir, because Ridley Scott made a movie out of it. It had Matt Damon in it. His books are very easy to read. They're like, I don't know how to describe it. His books can be very solitary because The Martian is like one dude alone on Mars, and like Project Hail Mary is not quite as solitary, but it can feel pretty solitary at times. Alone in space sort of stuff. So yeah, but like they're science based, but they're also lighthearted, is how I would describe them. So it's kind of like like the characters will definitely go through like trying trials and tribulations or whatever, and there's some parts in Project Hail Mary where things go sideways real bad, but they're feel good books at the end of the day. Hold on, I gotta vacuum. All right, we're back. Mausoleum. My girlfriend and I were going to go, but didn't have time before I had to put her on the train. Sorry you missed it. Hopefully you can see it another time. I don't remember the Project Hail Mary popcorn helmet bucket, but that sounds like a piece of plastic they would have made. Oh, Mausoleum is referring to the wildly inappropriate Dune bucket, popcorn bucket. That looked like something else. It was a sandworm. It was always a sandworm. Shai Hulud, all that good stuff. Definitely not anything sexy. Okay, there's that. And this side, let's see what's going on here. Looks like I've got putty there. Don't. Yeah, I don't think the angle on this one's going to be wildly different. Oh, God. Reading about this one. He's going to have hands too. He's going to be walking on his hands too. So don't worry about the legs having to carry everything. Okay, okay. Gotcha. Don't overthink it. Just make models. Deal. Boop, boop, boop. Where's my flexible pin at? Oh, should I use this? Ah, this one's getting shorter. Let's do that. Just glue this in. Yeah, I should. I'll forget to do it later. And my glue is getting low. Oh, okay. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Go. If anyone wasn't able to join us on the stream on Friday for the Creature Conference, our illustrious stream librarian, Kajan, has done the hard work of going through the Creature Conference from Friday and putting in all the chapter markers. So you can easily go back and watch the VOD and quickly jump to whatever piece of nonsense we're talking about at a given moment. Thank you, Kajan, for handling that. It is thankless work. It's work that I know is important, but work that I don't necessarily have the bandwidth for, so very much appreciate Bajan helping out, not only with being a stream host, but also to get the chapter markers in there, so that folks who come and watch the VOD after the fact have a happier experience. Kajan is actually like more fastidious than I expected. Always sends me more chapter markers than necessary. Here I'm back. Yeah. Thank you, Kajan. This one feels. I think I'm okay. Let's see what we see. Okay. This is not perfect. Bigger gap than I wanted. What's that? I think the pin is too far forward. Move fast, make models, right? Might not be terrible. If I can really fix it at this point. Shorten the pin, but I don't know if that's the solution. Don't break the leg. Don't break the leg. Yeah, this one's going to be a little wonky. Oh, well. Only Flynn's Dominatrix, right? I've been waiting for it for 2 years. I'll screw up the angle. This can be salvaged. Let's look at the angle of this one. That. Out like that. Whoops. Don't mind me, just obsessing over some legs. God, they look so much better longer. Be going. This one's gonna be going. Maybe that's okay. This needs to be trimmed. I think. Don't ruin the existing detail. Oops. Okay. Glue that sucker in. I say we're going to go see Project Hail Mary, but we haven't bought tickets yet. So hopefully there's still tickets available. Okay, let's glue that other part in. I think it's pretty good. Glue needs to drain, so where's the chat? Nothing going on in the chat. Well, I'm happy to have gotten these legs done, because they were kind of like hanging over my head for a while. I was like, oh, I got to do those legs. Oh, but I got to cut them. Oh, but how am I going to get in there and cut in there? I don't know how it's going to work. Oh, maybe I just got to sacrifice it. So glad to have made progress on them. Eventually, I'm going to have to ask you all to tell me what percentage done you think the Dominatrix is. after today's progress. So give some thought to it now, because that's going to be coming soon. Last time I think it was 27%. Check my own YouTube. Because I'm a goddamn professional. Survey says, I think I missed one that was 26%. Posts. Oh, that's not what I want. Posts. Post says, yes, this is how I remember how much I've done on the DOM. I make a post, I go back and I look at the post. I'm like, okay, I said 27. All right, so last time, we were 27% done. So we're going to need to, like the legs are not done, but they're moving along. There's some progress. The construction of them is pretty much done. It's just the detail is going to need to be added. The sculpting in some detail and such. How much further do I want to go today? Clean out the bits in here because I think they might cause problems later. So I'm not using. Resin shall not be appearing on this model. Sir, it was supposed to be a Monty Python. Sir, resin shall not be appearing on this model. What's the tool I need? You'll do. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to call the stream soon. There's something else I need to do today that isn't Dominid related. But yeah, if you're tuning in the stream for the first time, if you're wondering about this thing and what it's going to look like, check the description of the stream. There should be a link to my website, modernsynthesis.com, where I did, there's blog posts about past Tyranid DOMs that I took on. The last one being, I did it in 2020, 2021, something like that. I say that, but it took like 2 years. It was huge. I started with a same model, the Forgeworld Tyranid Heirodule, but I soon buried that completely in... Whoops! Guess I should wear my goggles. I soon buried that model completely in putty and basically sculpted the thing from scratch. Like the head is still the same bit, but been modified heavily. I made the legs from scratch. Made the arms from scratch. The claws are pieces of Prussian claw. The claw tips. But did I might have used the scything talons? Did I make scything talons from scratch? I can't remember anymore. But yeah, there's that, and then the one previous to that I made for High Fleet Moloch. He painted it in Ouroboros colors. That one has gotten further across the internet, so you may have actually seen that. This is going to be close to that design, the Moloch design, but it's going to be a little taller, like I mentioned. The seat on the back is going to be more in line with what you would expect from the Epic Dom. Flynn has expressed an interest for no Thagomizer on the tail, which I like. Be a tail. And yeah. All right, so what's next? So do I end these? I think I finished the leg, extend it, and then I decide where I want to place it. Because if I place it and then try extending it, it's going to go bad. See it now. Okay. What's up? Although I do want to be able to have pins on these so that I can be like, hey, look, this is what I'm doing. It looks great. But probably better to continue making the leg bigger. Will it be as easy as just slapping these suckers on? Because I kind of think I want to like bulk it a bit this way. Hmm. Oh, I do like the idea of that being in line with these. And I do want these, I don't know that I want these to go straight back or I want them to like poke out a bit, because if the leg has to move like laterally, it's like this, and that thing like jams into the thing's body, it's not great. So, okay, I don't think I need this bit. Poke out weirdly. Huh. I just like glue these things in and then go to town on building up around them. Got the tiniest little pins in them because I was going to put them on the thing's back. Oh, and these pins are flip-flopping all over the place. If they're viable. Let's trim this down a bit more. Don't need to flare quite so much. Flaring a lot. I do like the angle here. That could guide me in how I do the ball. Move fast, make models. I don't know if I have a drill bit for this anymore because I snapped a bunch of my small god hand drill bits. Let's see what I got. Trying to get more, but my friendly local hobby shop is out of stock because they are such fantastic drill bits, and probably they're out of stock because they can't get more from Japan easily. Wait. Move fast. I want these vents in line. I want this popping out slightly. Figure out the bottom part. Clean that up slightly. Because the idea is that this is going to be armor plate, right? So I'm going to sculpt this plate to like flow into that. Oh, that. Okay, I'm seeing it now. I'm seeing it now. I've got you now. This pin is a joke. It's so thin and it's flopping all over the place. Okay, it's going in somewhere around there. Good talk. Break this bit. No replacement. Little tiny one, easy to break. Go up. Okay, let's see. It's don't want it going out too wide. This pin is a joke. Barely works. It's a little wide. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. I'll make it work. Fix it in post. That basically means I'll fix it with putty. Part of this makes contact with the leg, so I'm just going to smear glue all over it and hope for the best.
This pin is so terrible. Use a small pin, he said. It'll be great, he said. Let's see what this angle looks like. Akamami sticking out the side thing. Needs to stick out because if it like goes like this, then it... So... It even stick out a little. It's wild. That is too much, I think. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get these like vents kind of in line with each other. Even though this is going to be an armor plate that like comes... Probably covers some of that vent. All right, let's do a little bit of white powder. Because that's a good way to get this going. Since this pin is trash. Okay. You stay on your side so I can get at you. More. Bicarbonate of soda. Okay. Groovy. Now I need to do the other side and hope that it looks remotely similar. Trash is this pin. Oh wait, do I need to cut this down? One's got a cool... I should probably... I'm gonna regret it later if I don't. Again, trying to line up the vents. Somewhere in here. That smells like glue. Every so often Nora comes into the studio. She's like, why does it smell like a chemical dump in here? Oh, I guess my super glue is uncapped. I was feeling fine. These bits are supposed to be only for plastic. And still snap them off with plastic. And oh no, I snapped one of them into the back of this thing when I was trying to pin these stupid things in. That's where it went. Snapped my last one, but I've also snapped them. Previous incarnation of this beast where it had like a bunch of chimneys on the back and I changed my mind. Okay. Go there. Let's see what we can do. What kind of magic can we make happen? Don't know what makes contact. Cover it all in glue and hope for the best. There. Nice little hole. Okay. Line up the vents. Check the angle. Why is it like... Does it feel
markedly different from the. Okay, so they were both like this. Weird shit is happening. Weird shit is happening. So, not terrible. The angles might not be exactly the same, but the more I mess with it. All right, let's get some white powder up in there. Reinforce that bond. Okay, kind of in line. Should put some side too. Okay, where's my scalpel? Boop, boop, boop. I think those are going to be good. Burmis, if you're still here, what do you think? They're rough. They're going to be blended in, but how's that for a start? Part of me is like, oh, now smear a bunch of magic sculpt in there to bulk it up so you can come back and do detail later. And the other part of me is like, you just put super glue on there. Mess it up. So that might be where I call it for today. So I need your help, chat. Looking at when we started the stream, the Dominid was 27% complete. Now, what would you say the completion percentage is? Hopefully more than 27. Now that we've got the legs structure sorted, it's extended, repositioned, embiggened slightly. More embiggening will be coming in the thighs. Boop, boop, boop. Thanks, Vermis. So Radon said 30. Who comp 4? So only increase of 3%. 35% from Paul, or from Rawl. Thank you, Rawl. 400 drill bits? Oh, my drill bits box for work has 400 drill bits. Okay, yeah, but those are massive, right? I think we're at... The excuse of procrastination, I know these too well. What are we saying? Any Tyranids that you have never made but would like to? That's a good question, Rawl. Thank you for the question about if there are any Tyranids that I've never made but I would like to. I would like to try and do a Tyranid Dom based on a Hierophant. No, on a Heridan. I think that actually would go very well as a Tyranid Dominatrix. That's something I want to do. I have, like, I don't know if this is like the answer. I hadn't done a winged Tyranid at all until very recently. Well, until like a year ago, 2 years ago, 2 years ago. I can't remember when I did the Harpy or something of Chalnath, the Banshee of Chalnath Prime. What else? What have I not? I want to do a Talent Horror at some point, which is like a bigger version of a Von Ryan's Leaper that was like for, I don't think it was even created by Games Workshop. I think it was, or maybe it was based on that old Yes Goodwin sketch. But I think it was created for a campaign or something. And Highfleet Moloch and Simon both made Talent Horrors, and they looked really cool. I'm like, oh man, I want to be cool like them. I want to make a Talent Horror one day. So that's a thing I'd like to make. But like I also like I have projects that I've started that I want to finish. Like, oh, here's the original tale if you want to see the difference. like one thing that I'd really like to finish is I started a proper neuro tyrant. Very much inspired by Onslaught from Marvel Comics. It's the big, like beefy, actually inspired by Onslaught from Marvel Comics. And shout out Persnickety Sculptor over on Instagram. Because dude just makes like some of the coolest, beefiest Tyranids ever. I'll go find his pro. And he did like some really cool stuff with like big Tyranid like hand claw things, kind of like a rending claw, but completely oversized. And that really inspired me to want to do this onslaught. Persnickety. There's Persnickety. Here is Persnickety Sculptor. For anyone in the chat, here is Persnickety's account. So I will put that thing so I can filter. Stream. Yeah. Persnickety made some really cool stuff with some big giant like hand claws, and that's something that I would like to finish. That proper Neurotyrant. And man, I got all kinds of ideas. I like proper Vanguard Swarm. I've never made a winged. No, I lie. That was the thing I hadn't made until recently. I had never made a winged Hive Tyrant until I made one for a client recently, the one with the big giant bone sword. And that's been combined with the Drycha model. So that one I posted kind of recently. I had never made a Winged Hive Tyrant until then. And I still don't own my own Winged Hive Tyrant. And that was for a client. That was their brief. They were like, I want it to look like this. But now I want to make my own Winged Hive Tyrant. Inspired by some folks who used Mausoleum, help me out. A Vampire Counts model. It's the lady. She's like a centaur vampire thing. She's like on this piece of rubble, and her lower half is like a bat dragon thing, and her upper half is like a normal lady. I want to use her to make a flying tyrant, because I think someone else did a version. I don't remember right now, but I have it saved. I will give them credit. And it's yeah, that's something that I want to finish. Hold on, I got a vacuum. But I don't know, I can't think of like a very like normal mainline Tyranid that I've never made that I want to make. I hadn't made a Lictor in a very long time, but I just kind of like assembled the new Lictor stock and started painting it, but I haven't finished it. And that was a thing. Although I guess I did like a commission for a guy where I had to make him a Death Leaper. Well, this was before Death Leaper got new rules again. And I had to make him like a couple of smaller lictors that were like similar look and feel. So I made like 3 lictors in a row, and then I made the Metal Gear Solid Norn Emissary lictor for my buddy Josh. That was kind of recent. Big giant lictor made out of a Norn Emissary. So I've been doing a lot of lictors lately. Okay. For reference purposes, this is gonna here. Oh, you bloody putty. This thing, it's got release agent on it, even though I've like cut into this and there shouldn't be release agent there. The release agent is releasing. Okay. This is holding them up. This goes here. Oh, this stuff hasn't been. The putty will do nothing for this because I haven't washed it, but we'll see. We'll try it anyway. Yeah, look at this. Sticky tack, no stick, because I've not washed this. So I need to take this inside and wash it, apparently. We dry fit this. Something like that. Oh, look. Tyranid Dominatrix. Stay where you are, head. That's our progress for today. Well, there's the other leg over there, too, but... All right, so Radon said 30, Raul said 35, Laukavai, thank you, Mausoleum. Laukavai is the model I'm thinking of. It's a Vampire Count Centaur. Vermis's comment of 32.5% got flagged. Man, Mausoleum, I'm glad you're here. Tyranid based on an air fan. Oh, Von Ryan's Leaper, thank you, yeah. Gotta go a bit early. Visitors turned up. Have a good time, Vermis. We'll see you soon. See you later. Anyways, I should have it on the mail on Tuesday. I DM'd you about what it was up with. Okay, cool. Mausoleum, I will check the DM and I'll double check my address with you because just want to make sure you got the right one. But thank you all for joining this any percentage dominatrix stream. We've got a vote for 30. We've got a vote for 35. We've got a vote for 32.5. I'm going to land in the middle at 33. I'm going to say this is 33. 1/3. We are 1/3 of the way done this model. How exciting is that? Oh my goodness. So, yeah. Thanks. And this has been good. And we'll definitely be streaming again on Wednesday night. We're going to be watching the reveals from Adepticon. Probably working on some stuff. Will can't join us because Will is a jammy bastard who's actually at Adepticon. So I think Kajan and Darth Bob will be joining. And then, yeah, we'll chat with you on Wednesday, and I'll see if I can worm in some more Dom progress streams before then. But I hope you do well. Hope you have some creative juices flowing and make some cool stuff. I'll talk to you later.